Another thing when you talk about this verse here, it says to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God.
What does that mean to you?
This is a powerful thing, because if we look at Paul here, he's talking to the church, but he's looking mostly here at the Jews. And as he's looking at the Jews have this amazing concept of sacrifice, because that's what they've been doing for thousands of years. They've been going to the altar, they've been sacrificing. So when he's talking about sacrifice, it clicks for them. They understand it. Sometimes in our culture today, that's harder for us to understand, because when we think of sacrifice, we think of, we'll skip a meal and give $3 to to an orphan or whatever. But the Jews here had this concept, and they had this understanding of the sacrifice and what that would be. And what Paul's saying here is he's saying be a living sacrifice. So instead of going to the altar and laying it down and doing the sacrifice, he's saying that our bodies, we are living sacrifices, meaning we're not going to be a sacrifice that we're going to have our throats slit and poured out, but we're to be living. So that's a practical sense of we go into our world and we're going to be alive. We're constant pouring out. The sacrifice, it was like an incense that went up unto God. The Bible talks about how it was a pleasing incense, a sacrifice. And God says that that's what we are to be. According to how we live, according to how we realize our Father loves us, how we realize His mercies are available to us, that we realize that we go through seasons and our Father is watching us and He's taking care of us. And that empowers us to go be that living sacrifice for Him.
Right. One thing that I really appreciate about the way that you preach at the church is the fact that you always bring in the symbolism of the Old Testament and show the lifelong service and life-giving message of God's grace. And one of the things that you've mentioned is the fact that in Israel, to piggyback off your last thought, is that the burnt offering also represented the entire personhood of the person giving an offering. And yes, that fragrance is pleasing unto the Lord when we give our fullness. And what's so neat is in that verse when we make that commitment to God, to give Him that sacrifice, what's so wonderful is you don't take it back. You make the commitment.
That's good.
So
that's good.